I think a lot of partners, parents, there's this constant battle between you want to be there as often as possible. You want to attend every birthday party you can, every anniversary. You want to be there all on the weekends. But then there's this entrepreneurial bug inside of you, or this passion that's burning inside of you that you have to fulfill your own, destiny as well. So as someone who wasn't present, during those first steps of your child, and now someone who has created enough success where you have a lot more time that you can spend with your kids and you actually get to work with them, do you regret not being there for those special moments in order to build a career? Or what would your advice be to those people that want to do something but know is going to take away from their family life?
That's so hard. I miss the moments. I miss that I didn't get more time, but I don't regret it. It's almost like I wish I could have lived two lives parallel, And I mean, I would make choices where the book deal was just about, you can shoot in New York, and I would choose to fly all over Europe and all over because it was going to be a better book.
Right.
I didn't make more money as a result. It's just going to be a better book, but that meant that much more time away from them. So it's a hard decision. And the hardest part is you don't know if it's going to succeed. And we hear the stories from the people that it succeeded. So in the end, you're like, yeah, that was worth it. But what about somebody who put 3 years away and it never worked? And then they just look back and they missed all this stuff and it didn't. It's really a difficult decision. But for me personally, I'm very grateful that I made the choice to do it.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Jordan, what age is your current audience on YouTube? Like
tweens and teens primarily, and then co-viewing. So I think some kids will watch it with their parents.
Do you remember being a tween?
Yeah.
Like when you were that age?
Yeah, I do.
What do you think now that you're like creating for that audience? And, with your children, I wonder what was different about what you felt you needed then and what you were entertained by then versus what you're seeing people be entertained by.
Oh, that's interesting because that was a while ago.
Yeah.
Like that was a minute, so the idea, like when I was 12.
But Dara already aged.
So now let's just talk about it.
Now we just lay in, right?
I mean, it was like cassette stuff. It was like a cassette and a Walkman, and that's kind of what I did all day. I, ride a bike and listen to music, right? When I was younger, I was very shy. I was bullied a lot. And role models then didn't talk about their personal lives. So you didn't know that somebody else had been through that. So they seemed like the perfect people. And that's one of the things that we always try to do in our content. We're aware that we have a younger audience that can be influenced. And especially with Salish, that a lot of girls that are her age look up to her. And we always talk about the responsibility we have to share, not just the great stuff, but just all the stuff. Because I remember very specifically, I was on a bus. I was exactly Salish's age. And the kid behind me was tying my hair in knots, and I was pretending not to notice. Everybody was laughing. I got off the bus. Everybody spit on me, and the bus drove away. And I just remember like feeling like all alone. I didn't have brothers or sisters. I didn't have to talk about it with my parents, and there was no role model who could speak to that. I think now the advantage is we invite the audience into our homes, and they feel like they know us. But that comes with a huge responsibility to be aware of the message that we're putting out there, and realizing that they are inspired by what we do. And they listen to what we say, and the messages are important. We really think about that a lot when we create our content, is what is this message? And would this message resonate with me when I was a kid, or with Salish, or with Hudson?